how do we know if we're the audience? Can anybody hear us? Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Can you hear me? Can you hear me call? Isn't that how, I don't know.
I don't know. You're the
Hey, yes.
Hey,
Darren says, yeah, hey, it's Darren Edwards from Edwards Meats out in Colorado. What's up, buddy? Sounds like you guys can hear us. And that is fantastic. So,
all right. Well, here we go. So,
Here we go.
I'm going to lead the conversation today,
well, how about that?
as Eric can be a little long-winded, and I'm going to keep him on task today. At Mavidia, we've been talking a lot lately about the value of digital relationships and the difference of those relationships to traditional relationships that we've built with businesses, and just the advantages there are to the different businesses that you can get a hold of and talk to via the internet. So we're going to start by just talking about how those digital relationships can propel your business forward, and ask Eric to go over a few very simple topics on what digital relationships are.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to start by asking Eric, what is a digital relationship?
Yeah. So I get really fired up about this topic because I think it's so incredibly powerful for small business owners to really understand and embrace. Okay. And I'm going to pick on my friend, Darren Edwards, who I see logged in. And Darren, so I apologize in advance, buddy, but I think you're going to like this because we're going to give you some helpful tips that you could do today there at your shop. So Darren owns, him and his family have had the one of the best meat shops in the Denver, Colorado area. And I've had some of his product, and it's awesome. He's got a great crew, great culture, a long-term brand and business, and they just do a great job there. But I think there's room for you to even grow that, Darren. So I'm going to talk directly to you, usually as an example, as I work through this. But Kim mentioned the idea of the digital relationship, and you've certainly heard us talk about it from time to time. And it's something that we believe that if we can get really good at building, we can cover way more ground than you could in the physical world. Okay?
Yes.
So a digital relationship is a relationship that you may or may not know exists between your business, or you as your business, and a viewer online. Okay, so let's break that down just a little bit. You've got tools like Instagram and Facebook, which are very similar because you're allowed to post things and people can follow you, right? People can like you and follow you.
Right.
Well, I think of that as the digital they have a digital relationship with you because they have chosen to follow you. Okay, so Darren Edwards at Edwards Meats. And, you know, if you have a Facebook page or a Instagram page, and let's say you've got 1,000 followers on each, you have 2,000 total digital relationships. Okay.
Yep.
You've heard us talk about the idea of know, like, and trust in your business, right? For someone to do business with you, they have to know you. They have to decide if they like you and decide if they trust you. So in Darren's example, he has a meat shop. People have gotten to know that they're a meat shop and that they provide meat products, right? They like the people there, the employees, the owners, or they like the products, and trust. They trust that that if they buy something there, it's going to be a good quality product, right? There's a value there.
Sure.
Okay.
So a digital relationship then is a relationship that you build online through your social media to get other businesses to know, like, and trust you. Is that correct?
Exactly. And thanks for keeping me on task. She's going to do this. You know, she's wonderful at this. That's why we got her involved. Otherwise, I'll talk for a day on just one little thing. No one will understand it. But let me throw this in there real quick. So you said the digital version of that relationship, right? So the thing I've just illustrated with Darren's shop is people have come into his store and they've chosen to purchase his products. In the digital world, people can build this relationship with you before ever having bought a product. Okay. You have that opportunity to develop that relationship, and then later on, they can choose to transact with you. Okay. Right. So that's the foundation of this all. And
why is that important?
So it's important, Kim, because if you think about, so rewind 20 years ago in business, and I remember working for a little internet service provider and building professional relationships, the whole know, like, and trust idea. To build relationships with people, I would have to go to events. I'd have to go to Chamber of Commerce events. We'd have to make sales calls. We would have to send marketing pieces and things of that nature. And it was a very physical, very, just like this, two people standing next to each other talking. It was a very physical relationship or setting, okay? Now, with the advent of social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, those kinds of tools, you have the opportunity to build those kinds of relationships digitally, virtually, right? To the point where someone can know, like, and trust you online, and you can do that faster, okay? Right. So the reason it's important is because you can cover way more ground online than you could just running around to networking events, right? I've tried to quantify this coming into this conversation today, and I'd be willing to say that you could build 1,000 digital relationships in the time that it takes you to build one physical relationship.
Yeah.
Or more.
Absolutely. Right? So moving on, what is one thing that we could do today to better or increase our digital relationships? If we're just getting started, we're just understanding how we can do this online and really get to know thousands of businesses through our social media and through our online presence. What's one thing we can do today to move that forward?
So it's a strategy to build the number of people that are following you. Okay, so it's a strategy to build the number of people who have a digital relationship with you. And these are digital relationships that you might not know exist other than your counter on your Instagram or Facebook page grows. Right. Okay? So how might we do that? And it's one word. Let's see, one word, and that's consistency. Okay, consistency. So as you may or may not know, we own a family of businesses, and they're not, one of those businesses is a Bronco shop, and we started the Bronco shop, Max Leiter Brothers Customs. It was really Movidia's biggest guinea pig in terms of, or test case to try these social media strategies. Yes. And we've been very blessed, and that business has exploded as a result of Movidia's talented people and strategy. And so the way it weaves into what you can do today, that one thing is begin a consistent posting schedule. Okay. When we first started,
absolutely.
You remember when we first started Max Leiter Brothers Customs, we set the goal of just posting one picture a day. It was just one picture.
Okay.
Okay. And literally, I wouldn't let myself go to lunch until we posted that one picture. And that was 3 years ago, roughly. And so couldn't go to lunch, so I posted that picture. And then I went to lunch. And then the next day I tried it again. Well, the momentum that began building, the number of, or the amount of growth that the number of people having a digital relationship with you in the form of likes and followers, that started to grow. And people started to comment. And people started to get interested to the point where it fueled additional consistency. So then that one post a day turned into, well, let's try to do 3 posts a day. And then let's not just put pictures, let's do some videos, or let's put some other resources, or let's do a live Q&A or whatever the case might be. And we just built on that consistency based on the momentum. So
would you say for your listeners that you would pick one thing to start, whether that's posting one time a day, just whatever you can do consistently. If you can do Facebook Live once a week, if you can write one blog article and then share that on your social media twice a week, pick what is easy and something that you can do consistently and that you won't burn out on.
Yeah, pardon me a second. It's a great point. So I'm gonna show this. Mark says we need to schedule time to meet, and I'm happy to share some of these tactics because I think they're so incredibly powerful. So back to what you were saying, Kim, is find one thing you could do.
Absolutely.
Don't make, so again, Darren, I'm speaking to you. Don't walk through your meat shop and look to see what's on sale today, and only post sale items. If you are too consistent and too predictable, then people will start tuning you out. If it's just what's on sale today, this whatever pound, and tomorrow it's sausage and the next day it's ribeye and whatever, it's just going to be a sales pitch. Don't make it about a sales pitch. Absolutely. Consistently post one thing and make it a little different. So maybe on Mondays, Darren, maybe you do what's on sale this week. And maybe on Tuesdays, it's something about a certain person, one of your employees that works there. So Bob, celebrating Bob today because he's been here 10 years. And do you know that he seasons the sausage before it gets, whatever, right? And tell that story about the business. Absolutely. And then Wednesday, it could be a picture of maybe a new product that you've gotten in or a supplier that you've chosen to use, right? Mix it up a little bit, just be consistent. And then watch the numbers climb, watch the people commenting or following climb, and use that to fuel additional.
Yeah, so one thing you said there, if you are posting a diverse amount of content, watch to see what people are interested in. So Absolutely. If one post gets 10 likes and another one gets 30, maybe try posting more of the content that got 30 likes.
Yep, absolutely. If you watch what really resonates with people, and you got to find your rhythm, because you don't know until every business is different. What people as consumers like to see and then like to come back and see is different. And so you have to kind of play around with that. Just go back and look to see what kind of traction you're getting. That's the wonderful thing about social media tools is there's all kinds of data that is tied to those posts. So if you have a business page and you're posting things consistently, you can see what's working and what's not. Jason LeBlanc says, can always ask what the audience wants to see. That's a great tip. And that's something I left out in an effort to be brief because I'm not. So I can't hear, but ask what your audience wants to see, because you'll get some incredible feedback. And I'm always surprised every time I think I have it figured out, we learn something new because we listen to the people who are following us. Build those digital relationships through consistent posting, communicate with them, be transparent with them, be real and authentic with those viewers or those people who have that relationship with you, and then watch how that blossoms. Every day we get calls in our businesses. We get calls that go like this. Hi, this is Eric. Well, hi. I just want you to know I've been following you for about a year.
Right.
And I love what you put out there. And my name is Tony, and we do this, and I'm interested in you doing this. And I'm going, man, Tony's been following us for a year, and they bring up things that happened 6 months ago. You remember when you did that one thing, and then that happened, and so I want to talk about that. And I'm going, unless Tony called, I didn't even realize Tony was paying attention. And there's thousands of people that are paying attention to our businesses Absolutely. As a result of that. Absolutely. You can do it too.
And if you're a business and you're thinking, I don't think we have anything people want to know about. You do. You have so many. Every single business has a story, and every single business is adding value to their clients. If you're one of those businesses who feels like I don't have anything to say, send us a message or comment below on this video, and we'll take a quick look at what you're doing, and we could probably give you, to start with, 5 great ideas on ways you could share valuable content with your digital audience.
Yeah. One more thing, Kim, and I know we need to end, but she said something very valuable there. You have a story to tell, and you are way more interesting than you would ever imagine. Ask some of the people closest to you and your employees, their loved ones, what's interesting about your business. There are things that you're missing. There's things that we miss, and we're pretty consistent about it. People go, well, I'd like to know about this. Really? We never even thought that was anyone would care. You have thousands of things if you just do a 360, and I'm going to do a little demo here. If you just look at your business like this, literally, physically, and metaphorically, Darren in his meat shop, and I've been there. It's really cool. It reminds me of the meat shop that I used to go to when I was a young kid. And there's all kinds of things that there's stuff everywhere, whether it's products or people or history or future strategy, whatever the case might be. There's thousands of things that you can post. So if you want some ideas, let us know. As you know, we're pretty opinionated and we'll give them to you. So here to help.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Thanks, Darren. See you, buddy.